Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys 5 books that I read in April, and we're going to be picking my May TBR. First, we're going to start with what I read in April. Normally I do stick to my TBR, at least the first 3 months of the year. I tried my best and almost read all of them, but April is definitely another story. I think I only read 2 out of the 7, which is so terrible. But in May, we're going to try to stick to our TBR again. I start with the first book I read in the beginning of the month, and that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I loved this book. I'm so happy I finally got to it. This has been on my TBR for so long, and I found a new love for Emily Henry. She is definitely my top favorite author right now. So the tropes in this book are kind of an enemies to lovers in a way, and I would also say it's kind of an invisible string situation. Basically, we're following Gus and January, and they are opposite, but they're both writers, and they write the complete opposite things. January has recently lost her dad, which has taken a really big toll on her and her mental health, and she inherits his beach house type thing. So they kind of strike a deal to get her to keep writing because she's been in a slump, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But the plot of this was so good, the character is amazing, and obviously the writing is just so good. I forgot to tell you, I rated this 5 stars, of course. This is where I took a turn for my TBR. For some odd reason, my brain really wanted to pick up A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. So that is what I did, and this is also why I only read 5 books this month, because this is the largest book I've ever read. It's like a 750-page book. It's just huge. I have not wanted to pick this up for almost a year now. I read the first 3.5 books, you could say, 2023 of May, so it's almost been a year. I really wanted it to not get to a year. Libby hold was up on this book, so I read a majority of it on my phone, so it helped me get through it. Basically, it's really hard for me to say anything about this book because it's the last book out right now in Guitar. The plot is basically following one of the characters that is not very likable, but the character development in this book is just amazing, and that's all I'm gonna say. I found a new love for the 2 main characters that were in this book. They're now my top characters in the series. And there's obviously a lot more to it, but that's all I'm going to share with you guys so I don't spoil anything. But I also gave this book 5 stars. 2 5 stars in a row is actually insane. I can tell a majority of these books are from my video before this, which is the finishing series video. It helps me get through a lot of books, especially longer ones. So the next book I picked up was Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. This is the 3rd and final book in the Knock 'Em Out series, and I had really high hopes for this book, and unfortunately, they didn't live up to what they were supposed to. I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars, I think. No, I gave this book 3 stars, yeah. It follows Sloane and Lucian. It is a complete childhood friends to enemies to lovers. So many things that go on in this story. And you really need to start with the first book because they have so much tension from the first story, and I just wanted their characters to be better. I don't know, there was something about this book I don't think it lived up to it, and it kind of was hyped up throughout the rest of the book, so I was really hoping this one would be amazing. So basically in this book you just kind of see their story grow, and you find out a lot of things that happened from their past, which also gets very edged on in the other books, and I was very underwhelmed, we'll just say that. But yeah, that's it for that one. If you hear background noise, my mom is currently babysitting my nephew, so yeah, sorry about that. The next book that I read is Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. I loved this freaking book way more than I thought I would. The first book I really liked in this series. I thought it was cute, fun, and a fluffy, quick romance. But this one, I don't know why, but I am obsessed with it. I love the 2 main characters. I think they're some of my favorite characters I've ever read in any book. Like, Lila Sage knew what she was doing. But this book is about Wes and Ada, and she is an interior designer, and he works at his father's ranch, which is called Rebel Blue Ranch. He's put on a job to work on the new house, which I love that plot. I don't know why, I just love it. I like his little job that he has going on also. So he hired her and like her crew, and it's basically the biggest job that she's ever taken on, and she's very serious about her work. I don't know, she's just really cool, and how their romance just unfolded was like perfect. And generally so glad that someone finally figured out how to write a man that can communicate and knows what he's doing, and he's not just like a dumb, rude, pessimistic man, you know? I rated this a 4.5 stars. All right, lastly, my most anticipated release of the year and a very good book is Funny Story by Emily Henry. Guys, I am obsessed with this book. First of all, let me take off the dust jacket. Look at how stunning. Oops, it's backwards. But like the light pink with the iridescent blue, I can't do it. Emily Henry is perfect in every way. Even like the cover too is just so cool and unique. I love it. Let's get into the book. So this actually has a really good thought out plot, I thought. So basically, Miles and Daphne, which first of all, I love their names. I think they're perfectly suited to their characters. They each have different partners. So Miles is with Petra and Daphne is with Peter. And Petra and Peter are best friends, and they like don't associate with each other very much. And Peter decides to call off the wedding because this is so much. Peter was engaged to Daphne, and they were just dating, Petra and Miles, but they were very close to actually getting married, and then he calls their wedding off to go and marry Petra. Then she goes and lives with him. So they become roommates. It's a roommate trope, and like, I don't know, it's just a lot going on, but this book is so good. Please give it a read. I highly recommend. I gave this a 4.5 stars, but honestly would bump it up to like 4.75. I didn't get the absolute 5-star feeling, but like almost. Like, there's days where I like want to give it a 5-star, and I'll tell you, it's not a funny story. It actually ripped my heart out. So yeah. Also, I just want to say, like, their job careers are so good. Like, he is like a bartender at this really fancy wine place, and she's like a children's librarian, and she just loves her job, and it's the most adorable thing. So that is all of the books that I've read in April, and now we're gonna pick our prompts for this month. I'm so excited. I added like 10 new ones. Also, you guys can't really see my whole cart, but we have added so many books, guys. Like, the last 2 months I've bought way too many books, and it is not necessary, but there's so many to choose from, so I'm so excited. I'm definitely going to be looking out for like the summer reads that I have on my shelf, because I don't know, I love reading summer books in the beginning of summer, you know what I mean? So let's pick our first one. I think we're gonna pick 6, just because May is a very busy month for me, and I want to get to every single book. Starting off with not a banger. This is the worst rated book on my TBR, which I should have said like lowest. So we're gonna have to go through every single book and see what is my lowest rated. Be right back. Okay, so I have my winner, and I actually really do not want to read this book, but it's fine. I really need to get it off my TBR anyway. So I got this book in a blind date with a book, and it's called Winner Takes All by Sandra Kay. I've never heard anyone talk about this book, so I guess that is really fun to go into it without anybody else's opinion. The characters are Jean and Patrick, and Jean is like a host on a TV show for announcing like the latest lottery ticket winner, and her teenage crush, which is Patrick, actually wins, and they kind of like start talking again, I guess, after that, because I mean, he literally won the lottery. I don't know. I guess Patrick never knew that like Jean liked him. Sounds like he goes through a lot of troubles with who he can trust after like winning the lottery, but it seems like he knows he can trust Jean, or at least that's what it says. So that's actually kind of an interesting topic, and yeah, so I'm really actually kind of excited to read this now. Our first book on our TBR. To pick another one. A book with a cover that is your favorite color. Guys, I feel like I get this every single time, and I literally do, but I will be right back. Also, my favorite color is navy blue. Okay, so I went ahead and picked 3 that I thought could go with this prompt and that I wanted to read the most. Ellen Hildebrand, The Hotel Nantucket. I actually just bought this book. I have The Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I guess this is kind of more purple. It has like some blue. I want to read a Kennedy Ryan book so badly. I have The Wishing Game. So this has a bookmark in it because I started it last month. It was on my TBR, but I didn't finish it. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it, so I'm just like soft DNFing it for right now. I'm gonna go with the Ellen Hildebrand book, The Hotel Nantucket. I'm really excited about this one. I also don't really know anything about this book, and her books, Going In Blind, are so fun because her plots are amazing and there's always like drama. So I'm just gonna save this blind read maybe in a reading vlog because I want to do like a summer books reading vlog. Time to pick our third one. It says let boyfriend decide. Okay, I'm gonna call him and see what he says. Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm about to go pick up TJ. Can't show him.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you to do something? Okay, I'm filming and I need you to pick a book.
Pick a book?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Out of all of these. Random one, like one that you just like from the spine.
From the cover? Okay, hold on. Oh, from the spine. You want more of a fantasy book or a mystery? Two Twisted Crowns? Question mark? Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. My boyfriend chose Two Twisted Crowns. I'm actually really excited to read this book. I just bought it like a few days ago. And this is the second in the Shepherd King duology, and I really want to finish this duology. I've heard great things about this book, so I'm really excited. So far, we only have one summer book, so hopefully I can get another one. I also really want to pick Powerful because it came out today and I need to read it. A romance book. Okay. So I know exactly what I'm gonna choose. I feel like everyone might have known, but I'm gonna pick Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This is her newest release and it's definitely a summer book. I mean, it literally says Just for the Summer. Also, a moment for this cover. I wish the Target thing wasn't there, but it's so pretty. So basically, this book is about Emma and Justin, and they both think that they're like kind of cursed or something because every time they each have a partner, they don't find true love with them, and then the partner's next person that they get with, they are just found true love like immediately after. I explained that really bad. I love Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry for the same reason. They both have deeper meanings in their book than just the romance, and it sounds like there's definitely going to be some deeper meanings with Justin and his siblings and Emma and her mom. I thought we only had one left, but we actually have 2. Get Powerful. I really want to read it. A book with a beautiful cover. Do I pick Powerless? I mean, genuinely it is a really pretty cover, but like I guess I wouldn't say it's like the most beautiful cover. I don't know. Kind of really love this cover too. I would say this is beautiful. But am I gonna get something that goes with Powerful? I don't know. I think that I am gonna go with this book just because it truly is a beautiful cover. This book is My Magnolia Summer, and I got this when I was in Charleston. I have never seen anyone talk about it, but I want to show you guys. Look, it's signed. This had like a little independent bookshop, and I thought it was adorable. Oh my gosh. Guys, how is this book not popular? There's literally an Ellen Hildebrand blurb. Guys, look, Ellen Hildebrand literally has a blurb. So excited to read this. I'm definitely choosing this book. Sorry, Powerful. Hopefully next round. This book is set in South Carolina, which is, you know, where I got it from, and I want to live in South Carolina so badly one day. This book starts off with the main character named Maggie or Magnolia, and she gets a phone call that her grandmother was in a coma after a car accident, which is caused by Maggie's mother. And this is basically like a literary fiction woman's coming of age novel, it sounds like. She just like finds herself in this book, and she first started off in New York, and then she got the call, so she moved back to South Carolina and saw that her town was going not good and it needed changes. I cannot wait to read this book on the beach. Honestly, this sounds like the perfect beach read, and I don't know why this book doesn't have hype. I'm excited to read it. Our last prompt, I really hope it's powerful. I mean, I'm gonna read it anyway, so I don't know. Oh no, guys, it's not for powerful, but we're just gonna add it anyway. Standalone book. So let's see. So I think I'm gonna go with a little like mystery thriller to spice up the genres. I'm gonna go with 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. This book is about 6 friends and they're on a road trip for spring break. RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere with no cell service or anything. For some reason it seems like it's non-accident and it was planned, and they have to basically figure out who is the killer, who is the target, and how to get out of this situation in 8 hours. Sounds like there's a lot of secrets and lies and all that kind of sort of thing, which I eat up. So I'm really excited about this. I loved Holly Jackson's Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, so I'm really excited to pick this book up. Let's give a run through of the books we picked. So the first book we picked was Winner Takes All by Sandra Kitt. The second book we picked was The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hilderbrand. Third, my boyfriend picked Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. Fourth, we picked Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Fifth is My Magnolia Summer by Victoria Benton Frank. Last, we picked 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. And I'm adding powerful, I don't care. So now we have 7 books. It's fine. Alright, so that is all for my video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you guys have read any of these books or plan to, or what your TBR is, anything down below. I would love to hear from you guys, and I also want to say thank you so much for the love of my videos lately. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers, and that means so much to me. I started making videos in January, and it's been so much fun. I've always wanted to do this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!